Folks, welcome back. We are at the 72nd area, and that's the 72nd Boulevard.
The guy that designed the box is just signal me. You calling me? The guy from the old MT box just signal me. That's me.
We're still here trying to make some arrangements as we drive on. So around the 72nd area, Adama. It's been a long ride since we left the free Port of Monrovia. Like I said, I mean, it's quite slower than what it was back then.
Sure.
On Wednesday. I see Noah Zhao Gibson leaving his vehicle and moving from one bus to the other. I don't know. These buses are 20 blocks. Does he intend to visit other of them? He's quite an interesting guy. But again, yes, we're now, any moment from now, be in the
ABK.
Yeah, the Painesville area, and then eventually at ABK there in Congo Town. But it's quite a lengthy journey as we drive on towards the ABK in Congo Town. All right. So we can see what the hold on is currently, Adama. And but we are waiting. I mean, whatever the issue is, we can drive on. Where are you listening to us from? Folks, we had to switch devices. The previous one kind of lost lights, if that's the light. Then we've now switched to another one. So, like I said, it's quite a hectic broadcast. So, and but of course, this one is obviously going to take us to the finish line at our final destination. Where has Noah Zhao Gibson gone to? He's the one leading the team, and he has left his vehicle and walking from one bus to the other. Noah got some walking to do. It's going to take us quite some time before we get to.
We await his arrival.
Yeah, we await his arrival. Obviously, he's the boss.
Sure.
But talking about transport services in Liberia, of course, all of these buses are going to be registered under the government of Liberia through the Ministry of Transport. All of
After the official dedication.
Yeah, after the official unveiling, because they will officially unveil them. So yes, I think His Excellency the President might be part of that program. I don't know.
He's already in country.
Yes, just this morning, we witnessed the arrival of the President at the Rabat International Airport upon attending 2 international engagements. One there from Paris, France, another one
UAE.
from the UAE, of course. This morning, amongst media practitioners, come to think of it, I was with the President on his tour to Paris. So, of course, he held several bilateral discussions. Most importantly, with French President Emmanuel Macron. But speaking of the business meetings that were held, the President held a meeting with MENDEF. MENDEF is the French, federation. In fact, it's one of the largest employers, employment federations there in France. It's a conglomeration of bigger businesses, and of course the Meadow president Boakai. And then he also did meet ArcelorMittal. So you all know ArcelorMittal. And then he
Total.
met Total Energies. Well, one of my major questions this morning at the Rabat International Airport, because I did ask
The president.
yes, I'm concerned because when he travels with his delegation, on that delegation, there are several government officials, ministers, some of whom become lawmakers, in fact.
Yes.
Senator Vapila from
Vapla.
yeah,
From Cape Mahon
Cape Mahon
County.
was also on President Boakai's delegation. But it is the members of his delegation that make these negotiations, that hold these meetings. Of course, while he's there present, his presence also helps to, enhance the discussions. But I was concerned. I did ask him about a follow mechanism, because it's one thing that will also contribute to making sure that these agreements or these discussions
Are intact.
also come to fruition. Be able to come to fruition. And he was clear. He was like, here they are. I mean, they made up my delegation to Paris, France.
Points out the delegates.
Yes,
That's being inclusive.
I'm giving them the opportunity, in fact, the task,
To deliver.
to make sure these discussions can be sealed. He was straight to the point with that. Yeah, but moreover, he described his visit to Paris, France, and the UAE as successful. His discussions with other officials are successful. So, very crucial engagements there, of course, while he was in France. And so, yes, now that he's in country, it's expected that this fleet of vehicles will be formally unveiled. And there might be an official event to that effect. I will use him a horseback.
So we are still posted at the 72nd belt.
I'm not sure I even know what we've been stored.
Probably is expecting the lineup from my perspective.
I guess so. These buses are brand new and they've just arrived. There might be some smaller maybe issues with some of them along the road. But the number is known. We just want to make sure we can get to ABK. I just want to make sure I can get to ABK. I understand the other day it took us the entire day. We got there at night. We might eventually get into a similar situation because it's just past 3 p.m. I don't want to assume we'll get there at night. If we do get there at night, well, it was just like the other day. We were there at night and we still honored. We still played our part. So, but broadcasts like this can be exhausting.
Sure.
Quite long ones. Off and on. I see the driver of the bus that is right ahead of us. She has left. And she's back. She can put on her seatbelt. But several of these vehicles, the drivers have left. So where are you watching from now, folks? I think it's time now. We'll now begin our journey quickly. The folks are going to board their vehicles and then we'll start this quickly.
Here comes the arrival of Noah Gibson.
The guy with all the energy.
A proactive operation head.
Yeah, very attentive. You should listen to him on Night 9 Liberia.
Never cease to amaze me.
Yeah. All right, so we'll now drive on. from the 72nd end, 72nd Boulevard. Very soon we'll be at the Escady Boulevard junction. And I don't understand. Yeah, Adama.
So we are en route. We are en route.
We are in the 72nd end, and we're still seeing the same reaction from folks. You know, same reaction from Liberians jubilating along the roadside. Happy for these vehicles. Happy for the arrival of these vehicles. Well, someone will say, are these sufficient for an entire country and all of that? Liberia has to start from somewhere.
And that's why we should focus on a decentralization process.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Liberia has to start from somewhere, especially within her capacity.
Sure.
At least, I mean, this is an effort. It's not. It's. I don't want to, you know, kind of do gradings here, but again, we have been a country that has been dependent in several sectors
For too long.
An aid-driven kind of country,
Sure.
an aid-driven kind of economy. I mean, Foreign Minister Sarah Besloyanti and her, you know, her team, the Liberian Foreign Mission now, especially the country's, you know, economic policy now has drifted from an, you know, aid-oriented economy.
We are also gaining that
So,
recognition.
Yeah, I mean, from an aid-oriented economy to a trade, you know, and diplomatic, you know, relations or connectivity, you know, or agreements, arrangements, and you know, concessions, you know, you name them, and not necessarily the previous aid and all of that. Come to think of it, bigger economies are reducing their aids, you know, in other parts of the world, especially on the African continent. We all were here when the U.S. Took USAID out of, you know, they reduced or withdrew their USAID project from Africa and other parts of the world.
Slap in the face to African countries.
And Liberia as a country was affected, obviously. So yes, that's sufficient evidence to push you to want to you know, shift your economy from a dependent one.
Say no to reliance.
Yeah, fine. From a dependent one to, you know, a trade-driven economy.
Sure.
Yeah, that will you benefit and import eventually at the end of the day. So yes, that's where the country should rely on making her own investments also, and also making international connections that will yield to future investments, or that will encourage foreign investment, foreign direct investment.
Attract, yes.
Yeah, that will attract foreign investment. So, good angle. Sorry. So yes, someone here in 72nd at the famous Saturday morning GB shop.
Popular spot.
The popular spot. Quite interesting. I mean, just in the next few minutes we'll be at 72nd Boulevard Junction, and then we can hit the Congo Town belt
In a minute.
1 minute is quite short.
So,
In the next 5 to 10 minutes we'll be at ABK there in Congo Town. We'll put this balloon fleet, the remaining fleet, or the remaining vehicles of a fleet of 35, and then we await 20 additional 18-seater buses
in the coming months.
And 5 heavy-duty trucks in the coming month to complete a fleet of 55 as promised by the government of Liberia through the NTA. So if you're listening to us, my name is Anthony Williams, and I'm with my teammate
Adama Senwa
from the Liberia Broadcasting System, ERBC Radio 99.9 FM. LNTV Liberia Live. Coming your way with this live broadcast, this live coverage. And of course, you can listen to our subsequent newscast this evening for more details on trending national issues across Liberia. The news on 99.9 FM, 89.9 FM, and of course our language radio. And as we also speak now, LNTV is now being watched there in southeastern Liberia and Grand Jide County. A team of technicians headed the LBS Deputy Director General for Technical Services, Mr. Buffett Lloyd, and his teammates and his team, in fact, installed transmitters in that part of the country to provide television coverage there. Just the other day, while in Paris, France, President Boakai acknowledged the efforts of the Liberia Broadcasting System for taking television to that part of the country. His intention is to ensure that the Liberia National Television is watched across the entire country. And, just like this broadcast might be live now on TV, who would be watching? The folks in Zweju there could be watching us. Paul Ramsey, our correspondent, has been doing tremendously well. Helping there to promote the workings of LNTV Liberia, and also reporting touching stories from that part of the country. And if you're watching us, tell us in the comment section, how will these buses contribute to your business, especially for those of you trading, for those of you moving from one county to the other. Of course, folks in southeastern Liberia will immensely benefit or make very good use of these buses once they arrive. I mean, come to think of it, Adama, the recommendations are flooding, coming from all angles.
Sure.
The NTA never get you as my little boss now. The NTA.
Oh man, they get ultimatum.
Yeah, can you imagine? We are urging the government of Liberia, the militants. And of course, the students of the University of Liberia obviously are actually challenged when it comes to transportation.
I'm hopeful that the government will do the right thing.
The university, of course, itself does not have buses to transport these students. So yes, of course, it's anticipated that students at the university will benefit, at least one or two of them.
Sure.
It's always been like that. And then, of course, the ones that will be distributed across town, Montserrado area, when you're coming from ERW, regular 200 on taxi.
Sure.
For those of you who are interested in riding the buses. Yes, I mean, we'll reduce the cost of transportation immensely. Here at Devia Junction to town is $200. Jeep Road Junction to town is $250. I don't know about.
From Broad Street to Douala is also $150. Yes.
Okay.
Well,
so there you have it. From Red Light to town, it's around the same $250.
50.
And so if that appears to be quite exorbitant for you, well, Good angle, my man. You got it? Quite interesting. So we're here now at the 72nd Boulevard Junction. We're now taking up the Congo Town route.
Sure.
And Aizon Yeba, if you can just do the folks a favor and show them the construction works that are ongoing
On the overpass.
here on the two overpass bridges that are expected to be constructed by China, that are being constructed in fact by China.
Workings are ongoing.
Yeah, serious work ongoing. The guys are plotting giant size steel, if you can look from there. So if you notice, this is the descending end of the bridge. This is the descending end of the bridge right here. All right, so that's it now. We're in the Congo Town Bell Adama. ABK is literally 10-20 minutes.
We arrive in Chife.
Maybe 10 minutes from now. And I don't see any obstruction of traffic. So yes, we're driving smoothly, heading towards the ABK area. Somewhere around almost at the residence of former President Charles Taylor here in Congo Town. And eventually we will be at the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex in any moment from now. And then of course after that, that's the Embassy of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And then eventually Catholic Junction. And then Cinco Palace Hotel, and that's going to be ABK.
Passion.
Yeah, that's going to be ABK. I knew you would mention Passion anyway. So yes, right here at the residence of former President Charles Taylor, we're making our way towards ABK. So yes, driving right before the we're in Congo Town area, driving somewhere around Satcom, around NVTI. We've just passed the spot where the construction works are ongoing for
The two overpass.
yeah, and also the party headquarters of the former ruling CDC. Of a long queue of buses passing right before that, and of course driving eventually towards the headquarters, the former headquarters of current ruling Unity Party in the Congo Town area. Of course, a nice view from here, looking at the Peace Island area. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex is in sight, just right ahead of us. So yes, Arizona, you also might want to show active work for those who are watching to see construction works for the overpass bridges that are being constructed by China. I mean, the guys are working day and night, effective work ongoing, and our bosses are using this route. Probably, man, one can say a few years from now, Adama, you will be driving on a overpass bridge while you're in your NTA bus going to town on your way to work.
For smooth traffic flow.
Yes, of course.
Moving queue.
Yeah, I mean.
If you just follow.
Why? All right. So we're somewhere here at the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex. We're making our way now at the the famous 540 junction.
Anthony, as we approach the ABK, what message do you think this unveiling sends to Liberians who rely on public transport?
I mean, like I said, it will obviously reduce our transport burden. You know, bring about efficiency at the level of the NTA. Provide reliable transportation. Of course, it's for me a basic necessity for the citizens. I mean, this is government's responsibility. We acknowledge that, but of course, yes, I mean, this is crucial. You know, bring about huge transformation in the country's transport sector. I mean, everyone is concerned about maintenance. So this isn't the first time that a government or the government of Liberia is bringing in buses in country.
It's a huge number.
Yeah, maintenance has been the issue all along. So we look forward to you know, seeing the NTA maintain these buses. You know. So as we drive on, we're still seeing effective work also for the bridge project. This is quite interesting. The Chinese are doing tremendously well. Yes, I mean. Where will get spilled? Don't put your tie to come on. Very different. We'll be modern. So driving on, folks, we're moving further, making our way.
Approaching the Catholic Junction, right?
Yeah, yes, just a few blocks from here we'll be at Catholic Junction. Just a few blocks from here we'll be there. So we are approaching we've just passed the famous Musu spot.
Yeah.
Just passed the famous Musu spot. So, I mean, very soon we'll be at we have the police station right ahead of us here.
Some 4.
It should be some 5 or 4.
5, yeah.
Correct us if we are wrong. And then from there the next place will be at the Nigeria embassy. And someone say, how much will be paying to go to town? $20. She happy. It's like a $20 will pay you. It's quite interesting. Well, I mean, yes, the anticipation is that the transport burden will be reduced. The price, of course, that's one key area, will be reduced. $200 to go to town from here to every junction. In the NTA, it could be $50. It could be $100. You never know. Yeah. But I mean, quite some. So right now we're passing the headquarters of the Internal Audit Agency. Yeah, we're passing the headquarters of IAA, and yes, we're almost here at the Nigerian embassy, the embassy of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It's quite interesting. Of course, the German embassy is also right by, and Oro Junction. And of course the right, folks. Yes, hold it. Hold it. So yes, Cali Junction is just right ahead of us, and of course, any moment from now we'll be at ABK. I can't wait for us to be at ABK. It's been quite a long journey, quite a long ride. We're here at the famous Monrovia Super Mall. We're just passing the Monrovia Super Mall, and then we'll be at Cali Junction any moment from now. I mean, the reaction still continues. There are folks still standing along the road, waving and jubilating. But yes, keep watching, folks. We'll end this video any moment from now once we arrive. It's just gonna it's been a long day anyway. From the free Port of Monrovia, passing through Japan Freeway, through Japan Freeway, and eventually here in Congo Town. Earlier I really thought we were just using the Japan Freeway because we wanted to
make a stop
at NTA, but we didn't. It was just a brief one, basically just for the NTA staff was to wave to us. But we are now here at ABK already, I can say. We are somewhere here along the famous Passion, eventually the Cinco Palace Hotel, and then we're here at ABK already. So this is where 28 of them. I was thinking that ABK didn't have the space, but it appears ABK obviously can host them. Yes. Additional spaces somewhere ahead, and that's where they're going to store these buses. So once we get down, folks, we do a few interviews, hear from a few persons, and then we can bring this video to an end. All right. So they will now arrange the buses. Now arrange the buses. We're just going to get down. They will be lined up along the road, and then they will eventually be arranged. All right, folks, so here we are here at ABK. So yes, these buses are now being arranged. It's going to take quite some time. Just some little work to have them arranged, and then once that is done, So they're being arranged, folks. They're all being arranged. All right, so we want to see if we can have a word from the operations director at the National Transit Authority, Mr. Noah Zawu Gibson, who has just joined us here quickly. So, yes, maybe we can face one of the buses. Are we okay here? Okay, I'm told we have to leave. One of these buses is using this route. But yes, obviously we are okay right here, Mr. Gibson. Just come right by me. We just left the free Port of Monrovia. On Wednesday, we had the first 7 pieces of these vehicles because of difficulties that were faced at the port. Today, we have the remaining ones being brought in. What do you say to people who were saying otherwise, especially when we just brought 7 buses out, and then today we are seeing the remaining ones?
Well, I'm not responsible for frustrated losers who still they irresponsibly handle the country, and as a result of that, they were completely whipped democratically, and let them be in their frustration until 2029. What I can assure them, they will never come back to power. So let us just accept that reality. Look, what you're seeing here is we are right now at the main location of the vendor who won a bid to procure these buses and bring them that the government is using, that is ABK Motor. They are here for post-delivery inspection, PDR. So after the post-delivery inspection, they are going to turn them over to management, officially to the government of Liberia, and we will now put the necessary technical team into place to take delivery of them and get ready to put them on the streets and in the various counties to start to serve our people transportation wise. I don't know those who are frustrated losers. If they know they're really angry, they should not ride the buses. We know the way to protest their anger is to refuse to ride the buses. But as much they will ride the buses, I believe they will be judged by their lazy justification they're bringing. Some say it was AR, and I think right now everyone is seeing if this is the way AR can assist them well. I love this kind of AR.
One unique thing that we've been told that you added to this fleet of vehicle are additional heavy duty trucks. How does the NTA intend to use them upon their arrival?
So the heavy duty trucks is a test. As I'm speaking to you, I bringing in 55 buses. So we got the first 34 here, 21. Yeah, the first 34 here already, and we are expecting the rest 26. So the 26 that are coming, you will have about 5 trucks will be among them with 21 buses. So the 5 trucks, they are there for cargo. For example, these buses, one of the ways to increase the lifespan of these buses, you are not to overload them where you put passengers because they are 62. You are not to put passengers, then you put load. So when the fire trucks come, they will be there for market women who will board the buses if they're going out of time for their cargo to get on the trucks. Okay, and I can assure you, we will have more trucks. When we see the need for the demand of more trucks, we're even getting the same money. For example, you want to build your house, instead of private commercial trucks carrying your sand for maybe $200, $100, NTA will bring the truck and say, look, we can carry your sand for $80, $70. So the 5 trucks we bring into out to the buses for now will be for the market women, for farm to market road. If they are charged 60,000 for their goods, NTA will say we can carry for 25,000, so you can bring the prices down. But I can assure you, by the time we hit early next year, we would have brought a total of 63 buses in the country already. 63 vehicles. The first 34 are already here. We got 20 more behind with 18-seater each in them, and we have another more. We have one more 62-seater buses. So that 55 plus the 5 trucks, 60, and we brought 3 in earlier on February this year. The proceeds from that are what we're using to build the administrative building that is ongoing construction that was caught by fire in 2022, but it just ended a responsible government that left from there that they did not touch. Now you see, we procure the buses. If they were gift, you would have seen the Indian flag on it. But for the fact that you see the Labrador flag on it and the NTA writing on it, it shows that we procure being given to us as gift. We couldn't sit down and wait for free gift to come. And while our people are struggling in the streets every day, when they come from work, they come from selling, they're standing, they left at the mercy of unscrupulous drivers to exploit them. I mean, I think the president loves this country and he's very serious on this. I can tell you a lot of bigger things are in the pipeline. As long as I remain the deputy managing director for operation for NTA, the man that runs the day-to-day affairs of NTA, I can assure you, by the time the regime or President Baka says here shall have been any, we will have more NTA buses here than ever more in the history of Liberia.
So these buses will be unveiled officially very soon. When do we expect that?
So this is what I just told you. We brought them for post-delivery inspection, PDR. And once the post-delivery inspections are completed, the vendor will turn them over to the government of Liberia.
So I'm much more concerned to know about the procuring. How the government generated the fund to procure these buses.
So the man who is heading this entity, Mr. Edmond 44, he understands the area very well. He is an architect of thinking. He thinks from a very positive note. He's a reservoir of knowledge. So when he sat down, and the Indian government at the time was never waiting to give us free buses as they have done always, because they were going to election, so they said they couldn't guarantee us that. So Mr. Edmond Ford, the managing director, sat down and decided to bring the idea of entering into a private partnership. So we entered into a private partnership through the instrumentality of my boss, because he is heading this team. I'm just running the day-to-day affairs as the deputy for operation, the 10 man in command. So I say yes, we did this through the ingenuity of Mr. Edmond Ford, the managing director.
Thank you very much for talking to us, Mr. Gibson.
Thank you so much. And I also want to use the opportunity to say a very big thank you to the managing director of the National Transit Authority, Mr. Edmond Ford, the man who is heading the team, and my fellow deputy, Toka Melvin Seaforth. I mean, the three of us, and all the team of NTA, we worked so hard and we are proud of what we have achieved in less than 2 years. We took over on March 1st officially last year. We were appointed February 20th. We started working unofficially and we started official work on March 1st. So in less than 2 years to have achieved like this, I think Mr. Edmond Ford deserves a lot of credit. I think the president made no mistake of having appointed, and the two of us who are watching it back, and he relates to us well as well. So thank you ever so much.
That's Noah Zhao Gibson, Director of Operations at the NTA there, speaking to members of the press. Folks, this is how we bring this video to an end. For those of you who have been watching, but let's see if we can go towards the ABK end there and see if we can hear from the folks there lastly before we end this broadcast. But of course, this is where these buses will be kept finally, and until their inspection can be done, and then they will be turned over officially to the government of Liberia. So stick and stay with us. So you're looking in here. This is where so our chief. Thank you very much. Just right here, we just want to have a word with you quickly before we leave. We've spoken just the other day. We were here and we spoke to you. Just right by me here is fine. Just the other day we were here. We spoke to your colleague about the procurement of these buses. You have helped the government of Liberia to procure these buses, and you're in the news, of course. ABK Incorporated. You've procured several vehicles for government, for fire service, for the National Transit Authority. What can you tell us about this particular fleet of vehicles now, this time around?
Well, for this fleet, as you can see, we are trustworthy enough to deliver to the Liberian government. All I can tell you is just rely when it comes to ABK in procuring. The only thing the government of Liberia have to trust this entity, because we are 100 Liberian own business, and we are capable of delivering anything to the nation in terms of business. And don't be worried, you can give her the best of trust when it comes to delivering. It can be any other thing that we find ourselves with, we can deliver it. Trust me for that.
Okay. I mean, we were talking about challenges the other day, but of course, you went into a partnership with the government of Liberia. How is it going to be?
No, we believe that there will be some integrity level. When I say integrity, I'm talking about transparency. Everything there will be okay. We believe in working with the government. We sure the government is mature. You know, there are government that can be okay at all times here. So we don't have issue when it comes to that. But we are 100% sure that we can work with the government, and the government is also willing to work with us, I believe.
Yeah. There are other vehicles remaining in the fleet. They have 20 more 18-seater buses, 5 more trucks. I mean, are you also working on?
Yeah, everything. I think you went to the port, you saw the movement of these buses offloading from the ship and what have you. But what I can tell you is, just be, find out confident in us when it comes to delivering. And when it is the government business, we're going to put all our effort into it and make sure that we make things happen for this government and any other government. Trust me.
Can you introduce yourself before we leave?
I'm one of the supervisors at ABK Incorporated.
Thanks for talking to us.
You're welcome.
So we just spoke to one of the supervisors there here at ABK Incorporated, and he was telling us about the procurement process and trust, and also accountability with government of Liberia. There are remaining all of the vehicles in the fleet are remaining. 20 more buses that are 18-seater, 5 more heavy-duty trucks are also expected. So wherever you watch us from and wherever you follow us on, we'd like to say thanks for watching and thanks for following us. My name is Anthony Williams. My colleague Aison Yiba and Masiami Kane, both have been with us, and also Adama have been with us on today's coverage, bringing you live coverage of the arrival of the remaining, buses that make up the fleet of 35 buses that have come in country for the National Transit Authority. Anthony Williams, bye-bye for now.